All right, how's it going, everyone? Hope you're having a good day so far, or afternoon, evening, whatever time it is there. I hope you're having a good one. Let's see. Was there anything? Nope, I don't think so. We'll just hop right into it. This is card number 25, Sak Sak Salim, Night Merging. Alrighty. The purpose of this ritual is to merge your dayside and nightside selves. The everyday face you wear is your dayside image. Your nightside self lies in wait behind your dreams. Sit in darkness inside the Typhonian circle. If there are other participants, have them sit outside the circle and sing in one of the voices of power. Feel and allow the combined power of the cards to become absorbed within you. Focus attention on your hands. Allow them to change in your mind. Let the nails grow, the skin color and texture change. Allow tentacles of alien consciousness to envelop your mind. Do not try to control it. Raise your arms above your head, hands outwards and grasping. Allow your fingers to move slowly, claw-like, through the air. With your mortal eyes closed, open the eye on the top of your head. Observe the web of light which crisscrosses over you. Notice its vibration. Draw the webs together with your claws, grasping as many as possible, and pull them into your solar plexus. Allow them to link with you. The rest of your body will begin to metamorphise. By linking it in this way, your consciousness will expand to include other time-space events happening along the web. When you leave the temple, take this self with you. Card number 13, the Cup of Night, Gargophius. Or Gargophius, however you want to say it. If you say Amprodius and you don't say Gargophius, I don't know, maybe that works for you. This rite is best done during the full moon, when the astral menstruum is at its peak. Create a small tunnel of Set. Light the room as dimly as possible and burn lunar incense. Place your sacred cup in its center. Feed the power of the tunnel with drums, chanting, or hisses. As you watch, the cup will first disappear, then return to take fantastic shapes. Watch this metamorphosis while continuing to feed the tunnel. If you don't know what is being mentioned here and you don't know what's being talked about, either spend more time meditating on these symbols and these rituals, or spend more time on the day side. And the light will allow you to burn through the darkness, we'll say. When the time feels right, take the cup from the tunnel. Bring it to your lips and drink from the empty cup. Do this by breathing in with your mouth. Be very aware of the power as it flows into you. Allow it to drain into your solar plexus. Wait upon trance visions as they spread out from this area. Dion Fortune once said, "Put yourself into the position of prayer, and you will soon feel like praying." I fucking love that. Man, such is the power of dance and movement, and gesture as well. First there was light, but no life was formed until there was movement within that light. Dance is at the center of creation. Upon such is this next ritual based. Card number 24, the Dance of Death, Neontiel. 2 or more are required in this rite, for you will be initiating one another. I'll digress a little bit. There are things you can do alone, even when something calls for multiple entities. You can use guardians, you can use ancestors, you can use egregores, you can, I'm just going to move on now. You will become the focus through which the power flows. To prepare, let your mind dissolve into total blackness. Let it become an empty vessel, waiting in the darkened temple. As you begin your movement, the powers will come to fill you. Wait alone, withdrawing and drawing from the emptiness within the circle. Have the one to be initiated approach you. Lock eyes upon them. Throughout this rite, do not look away. Look into their soul. Drown them in your emptiness. Cross your arms in the death posture with your palms outwards. Move your hands out and back in a pulsing movement, pulling their auric envelope into your palms. So, there are different meanings depending on which hand goes over which, but the way that they are talking about doing seems to be like this. There's many ways that this can be interpreted, but it's basically saying you want your palms out, and you want to move them out and back, and you want to pull their etheric force into yours. And I'm doing it a little bit high because it's kind of hard to see if I go down here, but yeah, you're gonna grasp either way you want to do it. You're gonna pull it. So anything you feel like I might have taken from you, you can have it back. All right. When you feel well connected, begin to spin the aura into threads. So you can do something like this, or you can weave whatever feels right to you. Wrap and pull the aura. Make the movements of weaving the thread between you. If you know how to French braid, you can make that gesture as well. When the thread is strong and glowing, cut it with a sharp thrust of your hands, as one would a knife. Never let your eyes leave those of the initiate. Reform the death posture, then make the sign of the rending of the veil, pulling your hands apart into either sides of you. Or you can, depending on how you want to do it, you can do it like you're swimming if you want to. Whatever. Let the current flow through your hands. This is the most strenuous part of the dance. You must allow your body to become the perfect channel for power. As light pours out of your hands, put them, vibrating and shaking, upon the recipient's third eye. Push inward hard, forcing the power into the chakra point. Continue to vibrate. Let the rush of power move through you and into them. Then pull your hands to either side, rending the veil of their former self, and allowing for a new configuration of energy. Like you're peeling the mask back. Or another way that works for you. Take the death posture, head down. It is ended. In this rite you have destroyed, then given new life. In performing it, you partake of its power. You may perform this upon several persons. This is the path of return. Okay. Card 23, Malkunafat. The Secrets of the Sea. Remember, Mem relates to water. The saltwater purification ritual so widely used in rites carries only a shadow of a greater and much older power, the power of the sea. Out of the ocean arises the deep ones, and their servants, some of whom have been called the denizens of Atlantis. They remain ready to teach again the path from the sea to the stars. Like a siren, the sea responds most surely to the voice of song. If one listens closely, one can hear the sea's voice and join in her song. She responds also to touch, With these methods we speak to her and her companions. Center the card of Malkunafat within the tunnel. Over this, put a clear glass bowl filled with pure water. You should be able to see the card and concentrate upon its form. Saturate the water with as much sea salt as the water can hold. If you wish, you may add some bones of the sea, the shells of her creatures. Place both hands over the bowl and allow light to pour out of your palms and into the water, singing as you do so in high, constantly sliding notes. Do not follow a meter, which means don't worry about rhythm, basically. Allow the notes to flow over one another like the waves of the sea. If several people are involved, do not follow one another's notes, but rather let the water inspire your song. Your sounds may evolve into winds of space, linking the sea with the stars. Put out whatever low light you have been using. Continue your singing, hands placed above the water, and begin to feel what comes out of it. You should be able to see a blue glow beneath your hands. Rest your fingertips lightly on the top of the water. There will be a feeling of vibration. Such is life, for life exists as movement. Relax and absorb as visions from the sea flow through the water and into you. There may be teachings attached to the transmission, and they may appear to be memories, either stellar in nature or of the deep ones. Be silent and listen. And Proteus, the Howling, card number 11. This rite is set within the Typhonian circle. Fill the room first with lunar incense and take the form of the were-spider by crouching with your forehead upon the floor, arms out, and elbows bent toward the ground. Your hands should spread their fingers out as widely as possible. When the transformation feels secure, reach out with both hands and allow your fingers to touch the Proteus card. Your forehead should remain on the ground. Call forth the name, slow and sibilant, drawing out the syllables. As you call, focus on the sound as it leaves your lips and the light which accompanies it. That's a great tip. Focus on the sound. Follow the sound. Let the sling you. As you call, focus on the sound as it leaves your lips and the light which accompanies it. This is a part of your personal power. As it leaves your mouth, it travels towards Proteus. The light creates a channel of force which, as a part of you, may be traveled upon. This is one of the greatest powers of naming. Move forth your consciousness, or focus of awareness, upon this vehicle of light as you continue to call. Look outside your vehicle. You will see before you the primal slime, nuclear chaos of Yog-Sothoth, churning beyond human space-time. You may or may not meet the Headless One. You will experience the froth of creation. Return when you have had enough. Or return when it's time. Card 31, Judgment, Shaliku, the Pyre. A great man once said, the path of love is brought to despair when the loved one leaves. The path of power is brought sorrow when its power is opposed. But the path of wisdom lasts forever, for wisdom can never be taken away. Fire is the ultimate purification. The ashes it leaves are the fiery remains of truth, a charcoal with which to write the word. Shaliku exists within this fire. The procedure is simple. Make a small fire within your thurible, inside the Typhonian circle. Lay the sigil of Shaliku near it. Gaze upon the sigil, then upon the fire, then back to the sigil again, until you see the image reflected in the fire. Do not rush. Take your time. Release several drops of your own blood into the fire and lay the sigil upon your breast. Lay down close to the fire and concentrate upon its warmth. Become part of the flames and at the same time astrally walk within the fire. Call upon the name of Shaliku, who will come to greet and teach you. Now, you don't have to do the whole Hollywood slice open your palm and a diabetic lancet at the tip of your finger will produce, especially if you rub your hands together and get the actual blood at the fingertip beforehand, and you get it just on the side of the finger, you can get 20 to 30 drops of blood sometimes, depending on your blood pressure and all of that. So yeah, I understand part of the sacrifice, part of the offering can be the after effects of a cut that deep, but at the same time, we need to find balance, and we need to know as magicians how much is enough, because any more than enough can tend toward not just imbalance, but loss of personal power via time, energy, etc., etc. All right, card number 22, Justice. I think this will probably be the last section for this video. Card number 22, Justice. Lafkersiax, the ancient balance. Our bodies form a crossroad. Here, spirit and matter mingle. Here, the light and dark become one. We are a mass of contradiction, all arrayed in a balance of pure design. Natural polarity may be used as paths to reach into these realms, and the sigil is the initiatory gateway. Position the card of Lafkersiax in front of your temple's mirror. That can mean a lot of things. Place a candle nearby so that the reflection of the card is clearly seen. Concentrate first upon the actual card, opening your awareness to the light as it is being emitted in the form of the various colors projected. Concentrate next upon the dream image of the card in the mirror, paying close attention to the dark light or antimatter emitted from the image's face. After positioning yourself between the two, reach out, holding the right palm just over the actual card, and the left palm over the dream card. After you have connected with the two forces, dip your hands astrally into the cards, and with the force of suction, simultaneously absorb the powers therein. Part of me wants to say, if you don't know what is meant by astrally, you're swimming in waters too deep. But who am I to make that call? Typically by astrally, we're talking about the part of the mind's eye that is unfluctuated by the lighter winds of the mind. It's not just the imagination. The imagination is the entrance to the astral, as I express it. Though some of you surely can just open up into the astral. After you have connected with the two forces, dip your hands astrally into the cards, and with the force of suction, simultaneously absorb the powers therein. This can also be done etherically. Take on the form of the vulture, the dark wings taking the place of arms, the hooked beak and bald neck, the talons of Maut. As the vulture, and using the energies extracted from the cards, separate from your body. looking down upon it, and pick the flesh from your bones until nothing remains. Thus does the self absorb the self in the balance of nothing. Wasn't really dramatic slam with this book because it's not that big, but yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below or feel free to email me as usual. Have a good rest of the day, good rest of the week, good rest of the year, and I hope to see you in the next and final video. Take care.